in today's session we are going to add few more forms. Okay, so in last session, as we have explored, we added here, let me refresh this page. So we added another screen, which is the employee experience. Once we click on employee experience, it will navigate there to check the employee experience. Okay, now in this session we add the back button, then add the new here. Once we click on new, then we add the employee experience, and this employee experience will added here, and it will be added in this list. Okay, and we are working on a employee list, so it will added in the employee experience list. Once we add the employee experience, here is the button new experience you want to add, then it will open the new form. Here you need to fill that form. Okay, and in that form we are going to pass this employee ID in this form. Okay, so that it will, no user will not, no need to select the employee ID. User will just fill the details those are required to add the experience. Okay, so moving ahead, I'm moving into the Power App. I'm here in the Power Apps. So check that here, this is my screen. Okay, once we go in employee experience details screen, here we can see here employee experience details screen. Now in this screen, uh, here in this screen, as you can see, mm, let me zoom the screen. We just display the experience. If user wants to add the more experience for that specific person, so how it will add. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add one more button here, and that button name will be here. I will add it in ribbon, because that section, the ribbon section, I'll add here, and I will just scroll down the other portion, gallery and all. Okay, so here I rename this button. Okay, so I rename this button here. So button name will be the new experience. Okay, new experience. Now it will zoom that. I'll zoom that. Increase the size. Okay, font size I'll make it 50. Stretch it. Okay. So new experience. Once user will click on that, it will redirect to add the new experience. So for that purpose, what we need to do, we need to add new screen here. I'll go here, new screen. Here you can take the blank screen also. So here, rename. Always keep the habit to rename all the properties. So here, add new experience. Okay, add new experience screen. So in add new experience here, so we are here. So here we, what our expectation, it will open the form, and in that form we can add the a new experience. So at the top ribbon, I'm going here. Okay, and I insert here one header. I put one header here. Okay, so that it will look good. So how you can, there is one thing, you can directly put the label, or there is another way. You have different sorry, yes, here you have not media, square, this icon. So where is that? Let me check. Insert, or we can directly put the label just in a forms. No, not that thing. I just want to check something different. There's a chart. Import shapes. There are different shapes are there. No, icon is not there. So custom, maximum, gallery, no. here shape. Okay, so shape, I take one rectangle shape here. Okay, you can see shape. Okay, that shape section is there. I take that shape here, put that shape here. Okay, so change the background color, just to make it a bit faint. Okay, and insert the label. This is just a different way to add. So I'll say add new experience. Okay, so and make it 18, take it at the center. Okay, and font bold. Okay, so this is a add new experience, and I will add one icon for return here. Go back to the previous screen. This is a back icon. Okay, I put here back icon. In that, so here in the back icon, I'll change the color of the icon white. Okay, so now I what I need to do now, I will add the form here. So I'll go here form. So new form is edit. So edit here. So here what I'm doing, I'll put this thing here. Okay, and form is there. Okay, so I will say default mode, set the default mode to the new. Now we need to connect the data source. As we have employee experience data source is there, so I will just select the data source here, employee experience. It will automatically fetch the content. Okay, now it will display. So now I will change the columns. Let's say 2 column, so that it will look good. I remove this attachment. Okay, so now the thing is that we have prepared some basic layout. Okay, now I want to submit this form. So what I need to do, I'll take one button here. I put this button and I rename this button as the submit. Submit whatever the experience, we'll submit that experience here. Okay, so once experience submitted, and what is my expectation, it will redirect to the previous screen. Okay, this is our expectation. As of now, we save the form, publish the things. Okay, so I have saved and published the form, and check that how it looking. Okay, so I refresh this. I'm in employee list. So again we go here, say here, edit. So this font size is too big to visualize you, that's why I have keep this big font and all. So you need to minimize the font. Okay, employee experience. So we can see employee experience here, but my button is still not visible here. Experience, employee experience means again I need to refresh. I have added the button in that form, in that on that screen, experience detail screen. I have added here, but that button is not, means my form is not reflecting there. So again I will click here, edit. So I click here. Now new experience is here. Once I click on new experience, so it's not navigating, means we have not written the code against it. Okay, so again I'll go over here, and now what we need to do, we need to navigate it to the new screen. Okay, so I'll go here, or directly you can say action, navigate, and we have created the screen here. The screen name is experience detail screen, add new experience screen. Okay, so I have added the add new experience screen, you can see here. Okay, so it will navigate there on a new screen. After that, how we'll check that, we check this like this way, directly preview it here. Okay, hello, हाँ बोला, हाँ बोला, हाँ बोला। 4 p.m. today, and I will connect you. Okay, I'm in the middle of one session. Once I close that, I will call you back. Okay. So, so guys, here we can, where we are, here we are, in that. Mm, Now employee experience, we click on that employee experience, and then it should redirect to the new screen. Okay, so I just take the preview from here. I just click here, so it redirect as per expectation, and then I click it redirecting. Okay, so again back, we need to set the other functionality. So on first of all, we prepare the all the uh, layout related things. On the back, I will again put the action here on back. So action, navigate to the previous screen. So my screen name is at experience details screen. Okay, this is the previous screen. Okay, back screen. So now up to this, we are fine. Now the thing is that next thing what we need to do now here. So person will fill the company name, employee ID, but while entering those details, the employee ID needs to be populate automatically. Okay, that needs to be fulfilled, and after that we need to perform the submit functionality. So submit functionality, I'll go here on a submit. After on submit, so what action you want to perform? So on select, so you are going to submit this form. So how you will do? You just need to, here on select, there's nothing, then I will say here submit form. Okay, and in the bracket employee list form. So what is our name of this form? We are not given the name of the form, so go in the naming convention, just minimize the thing, keep the habit to maintain the naming convention. You need to give the valid name here. I rename it. Again, my form name is, I'll say FREM underscore, say new experience form. Okay, so I have given the name FRM underscore new experience form. After that, there are many fields are there, so company name and all. So one thing we need to, whatever the field those are required in the coding part, you need to rename there. So employee ID is required, so I rename it as, so DCB means a data card underscore, I'll say EMP ID. Okay, so data card EMP ID, and here in on which screen we are, I'll say data card EMP ID and experience, add experience screen. Okay, we are in on add experience because same field, we use this same field DC EMP ID here also. That's why where somewhere we have used DC underscore EMP ID here. Okay, we have used, that's why I just rename it with something different, DC underscore EMP ID add experience screen. Okay, add experience screen, so that user means whenever you are working, we understand that from means it will distinguish the fields from the other fields. Okay, so I have renamed. I go here in submit, in a submit form. So which form we need to submit? Again I go here, then it will give me employees FRM new experience form. Okay, and I close this. So let's see what happened. I said submit the form, then form will get submit and our data will get submitted. Okay, so now again, what I do, as of now I have completed majority the part. Okay, so let me close experience details, go in experience detail. Okay, I publish this and check the functionality. You can also check those details by preview as well. Okay, let me check on select navigate to, okay, here. Now close this, refresh, give habit to refresh it twice. Okay, so I will refresh it twice because many times it take a time to reflect the changes on in a SharePoint. So edit, then I'll go here employee experience, now new experience. I fill some details, say experience is, consider company name is test, and employee 102. So here I select this experience, okay. Here I will select experience, okay. Now designation is software engineer, okay, and location is Mumbai, okay. I fill these details and say submit, okay. Okay, it's getting your data. It's saying I go back and I check test is added here, okay. So again I will go and add new experience, but what I expect means once I click on this submit, it should redirect automatically to the back screen so that I can see my content on this screen here, okay. So here what happened, it's saying that getting your data, so it should not display like this, it needs to be redirect to the back screen, okay. So again I will go back here. Now I'll close this. I'll go in on the screen. So where we are here, new experience. So in a screen, go here and new experience, submit, submit click. It's saying that submit. Okay. Now here, now after post submission, it should redirect to the previous screen. So what I will say here, navigate, navigate. Then which screen? Employee. Uh, Here I'm getting two screen, employee details screen, just a minute, and experience details screen. Now experience details screen, transition, what kind of transition, is a cover, I use some different transition here, okay. So means once we click there on that, it needs to be redirect to the previous screen automatically after submitting the request. So how we will check that? I'll go here in experience, take a preview, new experience, and fill some details, submit. Okay, it's directly redirecting to the first screen. Okay, let me check why it's happening. Again I'll go here, experience details, minimize this, and new experience, submit, employee detail, no, employee experience screen, employee, what is that, experience details screen, experience details screen is there. Okay, so keep saving the content, save the content. Okay, so one more thing. Now what next thing is that, what next thing, once this employee id needs to be populated automatically, this employee id needs to be, how then it will pass the value from this experience details screen. Once I click here experience, new experience, then this 101 needs to be redirected to the next screen, okay, next screen, and next screen, in on next screen. So here 101 will be automatically populated, okay, so that no need to remember that 101 user and select from the drop down. So how you will achieve that? So for that, we'll go here. So I need to pass this value as an argument here in the screen. So how you will pass that? So go on previous screen, experience detail screen here, okay. So here navigate again, comma, and you pass the argument, okay. So what argument? So here I want to pass this value, okay, this value. So I will go here, where is that value? Here. So I rename it. So what is the field name? Employee id, okay. So I rename it and I'll say data card underscore empid, empid, and screen name is experience detail, okay, experience details, okay. So that is my screen name, okay. So I'll go here, then click here. Now I will give my variable name as empid, or I'll give like this name, because earlier maybe there are some employee id, okay, and colon, and now what is the DC underscore, our field name is EMPID experience details. See, experience details, okay, experience details. Check that how it's look. Okay, so I say dot text, I say select that and say dot, so dot selected. See here, check that text field property is there, because our employee ID is a lookup, which is a lookup from where? So this employee, see, now where I'm working here, these content are from experience list. This is experience list and this is employee list. In employee experience list, you know that in employee experience list, this employee ID is a lookup from employee list. Okay, this employee ID is lookup from employee. That's why it's showing me the drop down. It's saying here there's a lookup, that's why it's a drop down. As you can see, it's a drop down. So this is a drop down, that's why in this form, again I will go back in employee. Here I'm not able to see the property of a text here. Okay, so text property is missing. So which property is there? Now I need to say here dot and means selected. Here you can say selected. Okay, means it will uh, 6 months, what I say, PC employee ID experience details dot selected, because this is a drop down, that's why I need to say selected here. So after that, once I click, then means this is one variable. Okay, this is one variable. So where those variables are, you need to check those variables. Go here, view, and in the variable section. So earlier also we have used the employee ID. Again, in add new experience screen, also we have created one employee ID. Okay, so you cannot directly here what I'm saying. So here we have created a separate variable here. Earlier also in this screen here also we have created the separate pass the argument through the navigation, which is the emp id, and we use this way. Okay, here we have set .txt because the data source of this form is the employee list, and in that employee id is a single line text. Okay, that's why we just said here text, and here in this case we are saying that in this case we are saying that selected. Okay, check that whether that value is correctly passed on that screen or not. Okay, so go here, add one label, or just put one label here for testing. Okay, I'm not directly set the field here, I just check the label. I put one label here. Okay, and say that what is my variable name. So variable name is emp id, so it's not appearing here. Let me check why my variable is not appearing here. Employee ID. Oh, sorry. Spelling mistake. Okay. Okay. Now employee ID. Now I'll go again back here. So what I'm doing now, here is my label, and I'll see employee. Okay, it's appearing here. Okay, it's not showing dot value. Okay, so, okay, check that whether it's working or not. Go here. Here 101 is there, so I'll go here. Employee experience. So 101 is appearing here. See, means here our label is there, so my value is correctly passed there. Now the role is that next thing is minimize this. Next thing is go on the screen. 101 is appearing. Now this 101 value needs to be set here. So this value is in one variable emp id. So here how you can set that. Okay, so here it's showing that items choices from employee experience and EMP ID means the source of this lookup. It's showing that source of this lookup. Okay, so EMP ID choices employee experience dot EMP ID. Okay, but here I go here and check that which property I need to set so that the 101 will be set here. So which one is there? Selected or anything is there? Selected or text is not there, value is also not there. So selection color selected, and which one is there? On change, no. Items is searchable, no. Display disable default selected items or default. I just confused here. This is check default. Okay, and I put here my value. That value is to sorry, employee ID. Okay, and I'll check that whether it's work or not. Here default as an employee ID. Again, I will go in the first screen, say that employee experience, new experience. Sorry, it's not no item to display. Let me save this. No item to display because earlier we have submitted that item and that form is displaying that. So I publish it. Again, go back. Again, I will check here on the form in employee. So check here. Now click this, edit. Try experience, new experience. No, by default it needs to be appear there. Okay, so it's not working. I'll go here, select this. I'll set that default selected item. I need to unlock this field. Okay, so default selected item here. Go here, unlock this, and here I'll say employee ID dot value. Check that dot value will work or not. Now it is giving error. Employee ID, only employee ID. Okay, so what I said here, uh, default selected items in that employee ID I have said. Okay, see here, it's appearing here, means it will work. Okay, so again go here, save this, publish this. Okay, so uh, means it will automatically appear there. So I'll go here and refresh the fields. Now what are the else changes are remain there? So we check this how it work. Now I'll say edit. I'll say edit this. Okay, so I'll say employee experience here. I think there's no data here associated with this. So I'll check another one, 102 having some data here. So employee experience. Okay, 102 having some data. There is a new experience. Then 102 automatically appear here. I'll say here TCS, some dates are there, and project manager and support location, and I can say submit. Okay, so it's redirect here and it's showing me all the details here. I can add the new. Now see, means we have achieved many functionality here. We can add the new experience, we can automatically set the employee ID, and again we set the navigation and all. Okay, so again I will go here now. So what I'm going to do, I'll give some assignment here to you. Okay, so what you are, once I click here new experience, now it's saying that getting your data. What it's saying, getting your data and submit is here, but it should not appear like this. Okay, here the your assignment is, once I click on add new experience, it need to display the form. Okay, this is one thing, first assignment. Next thing, what I want to give you, again I will go back here. Next thing, this employee experience should not be displayed on a new form. Means what I'm going to say, if I click here new, new, here you can see employee experience appearing, even though the employee ID is not generated, but still employee experience is there. This guy is new, is not registered in a company, but still employee experience is appear. This employee experience should be displayed on edit form only. Okay, this is needs to be displayed on edit form only. So these two things. After that, third thing, I'm just showing you, refresh it. Third thing is that, see, I have given two things. Now third thing, what you are going to do. So here, if I click here, employee experience, okay, new experience, okay, new experience. Now I'm going to close the form. Okay, and now I click 101, but still it's showing me the add new experience screen. It's not coming back to the first screen. I need to go there, click back. So whenever I open any form, it should come on an employee form or employee detail form. First form needs to be open, because what happen if I open this, then it will, if I because now it's opening, but earlier, in earlier case, if I keep the any form open and directly close the form, the next time it directly open on that form only. Okay, so third means what I need to do, it should be open on the first screen only. Okay, this is the third assignment. And fourth assignment is, once I click here new, so new or edit here, edit here, this thing needs to be displayed to everyone, but once he click this option, this new experience needs to be displayed to the HR person. He is having the rights. So how the HR, you need to add one column here, add new column, and I will say here people picker, and the name of the column is assigned HR. Okay, so that person is the assigned HR. More options, so only one person is assigned HR. Okay, save. Means whoever the person who is the assigned HR, to that person is having a right to see this new experience button. He is having rights to add, otherwise anyone will go and put adding the experience. Okay, so this button needs to be visible to the HR only. So these are the 5 assignment for you. Okay, so we stop here and we'll connect tomorrow.